All right, I am excited today to tell you about this story, and this story relates to the exercises that are going to keep you moving, mobile, and pain-free. This is about a 105-year-old woman. Her name was Mildred Holt. I don't believe she's alive anymore, but it's about 30 years ago on the Johnny Carson, so you can know my age. I was watching Johnny Carson. She had an interview with Johnny, and he said, how do you keep yourself so mobile and active? And she is very alert. She did use a cane. We got to give her a little break there, but she was a wonderful person, very motivational and enthusiastic. Mike, how we relate this to our experience?
So Bob, Brad, and myself have worked with senior clientele for a combined 72 years.
That's
If you
right.
add us all together into one. So these three stretches can help anyone 50 or older feel mobile, keep moving, and being functional throughout your life.
That's right. Let's get it all going here. All right, now the version on YouTube with Mildred that I watched was about 8 minutes long. She does not answer this question on that video. However, one of the questions that Johnny Carson asked, how do you keep yourself so mobile and active and healthy? And she says, well, every morning when I get out of bed, I stand up and I praise the sky and the Lord, and I bend over and praise the earth, and I do that a few times. That's one of her key exercises, and we're going to take the exercises that we're giving, and they relate to this exercise, and we'll explain it in detail. And what's the benefits of these exercises, Mike?
There are three benefits. They're going to help with circulation,
Circulation.
help reduce pain,
Pain.
and improve your overall posture.
That's right. Key things in keeping your body upright, healthy, and mobile. All right, let's get on to the three exercises. We're going to show two different versions. One in the seated position to work the ankles, and then we're going to go up in the hip and the trunk, and then the hands. The hip and the trunk is just like what Mildred is doing in her exercise demo. But we're going to show a seated version and a standing version. If your balance is off, you don't feel steady standing, do the seated ones. They're going to work well, more aggressively. Stand and do it that way. You'll understand it. Number one, we'll work the ankles. We're simply going to work pulling the feet back, doing ankle pumps, and then down. And then back and down. Do 10 of those. The next thing we're going to go into is a little more aggressive stretch for the ankles to prevent foot drop. And that's a common thing as we age. Simply bring your leg over like this. If you have this flexibility, grab those toes or the forefoot and pull up and feel that stretch right here. Now you can hold this for 5 seconds. If you want to go longer, 10 to 15 is great. Even longer if you want, but that's getting a long time. Make sure you do both feet. Now, if this is too simple, simply do the exercises that Mike is going to do, more aggressive and standing.
When doing this in a standing position, you can begin with a book on the floor first. You can be up next to a wall. To mimic the ankle pumps, you're simply going to go up on your toes and then back down on your heels. Like Brad said, make sure to do 10 repetitions, slow and controlled. Obviously, you have your body weight above you, so it's going to be more challenging. Now, to mimic the figure 4 stretch he was doing, all you have to do is leave your feet on here and then lean forward. You can do this for 20 or 30 seconds, and you will feel a good calf stretch as well. Now,
Mike, just wait. Let me add the book section. We're using that to simply dorsiflex and get more stretch in the calf muscle. If you already feel a stretch without the book, you can do that. If the book isn't enough, simply get 2 books or a thicker book, or do what Mike is going to suggest next.
So you can just perform this on your stairs. You can hold on for support if needed. You certainly don't have to. Going through this full range of motion with this ankle pumps is really going to work those calf muscles. You may not feel it right away, but the next day you might be a little sore. So just stick to 1 set of 10 to begin. And again, you can hold the stretch like this for 20 to 30 seconds and get a good calf stretch.
That's right. So with both of these, make sure you do them at least once a day to start. Get to the soreness if you have it, and you can bump up to 2 or 3 times per day, and they only take minutes. All right, stretch number 2. This is very similar to the Mildred stretch. We're going to show a seated version as well as a standing as she was doing. Now, it's very particular that you do 5 to 10 reps. Start out with 3 to 5, build up to 10. And if you get dizzy or lightheaded while you're doing this, that means you need to stop. You should probably see your doctor and get your blood pressure and your heart checked over so they should feel comfortable. We're in a seated position, kind of get to the edge of the chair like this. A firm chair works best. You're going to reach down to the floor, stretch the back. I actually like to put my fingertips here and stretch if you can reach the floor. Some people are not that flexible. Then go up, and we're going to stretch back and do that wonderful stretch. Bob calls it the hallelujah stretch. Mildred talks about praising the sky. Go back down. Now, as you do this and repeat, and then you're not getting dizzy, remember that's critical. We're going to come back up and breathe in through your nose, and then exhale out your mouth, going down. You notice we're doing it relatively slow. It's winter time here, so I'm thinking snow. And then we come back up. Again, 3 times to start out with. Do what's comfortable. You can do it 5 to 10 times. Oh, man, no wonder she is 105 years old. I'm feeling better already. Mike, can you talk about the standing position?
So if you're doing a standing, make sure you're up against a cupboard or something tall behind you so you can keep your balance and don't feel like you're going to tip backwards. When you bend down to the floor, it's important to try to maintain a flat back. You don't have to round. Obviously, if you're not lifting weights and it doesn't hurt, it won't be the end of the world, but just stretch down what you comfortably can as long as it's not painful, and then come up and extend. Now, if you do have some shoulder limitations, you can grab both hands together or simply just kind of push at your low back.
There you go. I'm going to suggest if the first time you do this and you're concerned at all about your steadiness, simply put a chair in front of you, and as you bend forward, you can hang on to the armrest to make sure you're safe and steady. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, and I'll encourage it, actually. All right, let's get on to the hands and the wrists. Very important to keep ourselves functional on a daily basis. Simply go out, open, and close those fingers. Get it wide as you can. Don't make a real tight fist, just enough to touch the palms and open and close. 5 to 10 repetitions. Let's go on to the wrist, Mike.
So for the wrist to begin, you can keep a light fist and just do little circles like you're stirring a pot of whatever you're making, soup maybe. And then you're going to go the opposite direction as well. Do 10 repetitions each way. Do we want to go into the forearms?
Yeah, let's do the forearms, elbows.
So we're going to start doing supination and pronation. I'm going to keep my elbows next to my body for this. I don't want to turn from my shoulder joint here. So you're just going to bring your palms up and palms down. This is supination, pretending you're holding a bowl of soup. I'm just talking about soup today, apparently. And then you go back down, 10 repetitions each way.
Good. I do want to say a lot of people have problems with, as we age, getting our hands fully straight, curvature in the finger, and it gets stiff like that. So we're going to focus on that before we finish up. So there's a couple options. First of all, if you can put your fingertips together, just as if you put your hand on a mirror, the fingertips touch perfectly on the mirror. Do that, and then slowly come together. So the fingers touch, the knuckles at the palm touch, and then elbows up, and then repeat. This is a real nice stretch. Relax while you'll do it. Don't push it so hard that you get sharp pain because that's too aggressive. Just work it gently. It will come over time because we're going to do these daily. Mike, for the people that are more advanced and want a little more pressure and aggressive, can you show them how to do it on the wall?
So if you're trouble extending your fingers like we just showed on the wall, bring your arm out in front of you. Start with the fingertips flat, touching the wall like this, and try to flatten your fingers against the wall. You may not be able to get flat right away, and keep a nice straight arm in front of you. This will help stretch into extension, which can get tight on some people.
Right. The big advantage of this is you can do that and actually use your body weight for a little extra force, and you can relax, let gravity work for you, and work with that. So let's carry on and wrap this up, Mike. All right, so do these exercises. Once you get used to them, you'll be able to get through them within a few minutes. Do them daily and even twice a day. Again, I really want to thank Mildred Holt. She did a wonderful job, inspirational. Mike, you can link that so other people can watch this interview?
Yes, there will be 2 links on the video screen here. One is Mildred's interview. You can check it out if you'd like. The other video is more exercises you can do as you age to stay active and mobile.
That's right. It's a real treat. I advise anybody watch it. Johnny Carson, if you haven't seen him and you're younger, definitely watch it. He's one of a kind, isn't he?
He was not my era, so no remarks.
Yeah, whatever.
Bob and Brad. most famous physical therapist on the internet.